Howdy, Wolf Pack. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys had a good day. Got a nice workout in today of some sort, and you're ready for the back end of the week. This one's a very doable one for everybody, and you can add additional like to this, ergs, bike, row, ski if you have them, if you'd like. But I'm going to go over it just purely from the running aspect because everybody can do that. And kind of just what we're looking for to get through this so we can all be on the same page with this. So I hope you got your running shoes. And if you're like me, you're going to do this in the heat of the day because you like to be gasping for dry air and potentially sweating so much and it's so hot that you're actually not sweating at all. So it's a pretty fun feeling. So get after it and have some fun with it, okay? The warm-up here, this is kind of a different warm-up than what we would normally do, and it's a little bit more of an interval kind of style thing. So this can be done multiple times. It can be increase in time or decrease in time, but we're kind of just looking to do a little work rest just to get the heart rate up, get a little blood in the legs, obviously get the running motion warmed up, and increasing some intensity along the way. Okay, so how I would approach this is whether you want to walk or run first, that's totally up to you. But you're kind of going to work up the ladder, and then as you work back down the ladder, we're going to work on increasing speed, kind of simulating what we're to do in the actual workout, okay? So how this would go, how it's written, is you would run for 20 seconds at just a very easy, cool warm-up pace, right? Just get the body moving a little bit. Rest for 40 seconds, run 30 seconds at the same pace again, so we're just still warming up, getting the body moving before we're actually pushing any intensity. 30-second walk, 40-second run at the same pace as these first two as well. Walk 20 seconds, and then this backside here, 30-second run, 30-second walk, 20-second run, 40-second walk, you're going to actually be increasing intensity. So these three here are most likely going to be the same pace. Sometimes when you warm up, right, the effort level that you give for the 20-second might feel like the same as the 30-second or the 40-second, but your body's actually warming up and you're actually going faster, and that's totally fine. We're just not looking to get gassed out on these first three. And then as we go here, you're going to increase the speed here, so you're actually going to try to go faster here, and then this 20 seconds should be obviously a little bit faster, okay? Not like a max effort run, we're not looking for like a sprint, but we definitely want to push the pace a little bit and kind of exert ourselves into that kind of realm that we might be running with in A, so expose ourselves a little bit to that, okay? If you want to add some hamstring movement, some hip flexor movement after this, I would recommend it. Definitely high kicks are good. Anything that's opening up the hamstrings a little bit, the calves a little bit, okay? A lot of people have different limiting muscle groups or limbs when they run a lot, so definitely do additional work if you need to here to get yourself ready, okay? So the bulk of it here is 2 sets. It's really long, it's a lot, but hopefully with the intended stimulus and rest in mind, we can make it happen, okay? So the first one is going to be a 5 minutes of just running, and this is going to be a real similar pace to something that we would have been running here in these first couple, okay? This is not the bulk of the workout. It's more just kind of a intro into it / fatigue. Obviously, you're going to be breathing pretty heavily for 5 minutes of running. We don't always get exposed to these really, really long intervals of running, so definitely going to want to take that a little bit slower than you think you need to start, okay? Only 60 seconds of rest here. That's very aggressive. The goal would be to obviously not run that fast to where you're really not hurting that much after this 5 minutes, and 60 seconds is plenty of rest to recover, okay? Everybody's going to be a little bit different. You might need to bump that up a little bit to 90 seconds or 2 minutes, so gauge it off your feeling. If you get done with the 5 minutes of running and you're smoked and you around 45 to 60 seconds and you know you're not ready to go again, then obviously you need to add a little bit more rest, okay? So just kind of play it by ear on this one. I think I wouldn't try not to extend 2 minutes, otherwise it's going to get really, really long. But if 60-second work, that's great. So then we got 4 minutes of running. The goal would be obviously to try to go a little bit faster. Now, how doable that really is if we're not in really, really, really great running shape might be really challenging because the 60 seconds is not going to give us that much time to actually recover, okay? It's kind of just going to be more of a nuisance that it's there. So if we can, increase here. If not, we're just going to obviously try to hold the same paces, okay? 45-second rest, a little bit less. Once again, if we need additional rest here, that's totally fine. 3 minutes of running. Here is where we could kind of start to increase pacing a little bit. But again, it might just be the same pace as the ones before, okay? 30-second rest, and then 2-minute, 15, and then the final minute, obviously, we're looking to crank up the speed because you get, I think it's a total of 8 minutes of rest or something until that 25-minute marker. So regardless of what we do here, we need to keep in mind that we don't want to be running for the entire day unless you really want to. I'm sure most won't. But if you don't have a time limitation, right, and you need to add rest period, just make sure you add to this as well. So if you increase a minute, 45 seconds here, if you double all of these, it's going to put you closer to that 20-minute finishing marker, and you just need to bump this up a few minutes. So whatever you add here as well. Okay, and this 25-minute marker here is just kind of it's a placement holder for you to also decide if you get done early and you're recovered and you want to go, feel free. But if you need more, you can obviously add more. Okay, so that's just my intentions here. Running is really hard to program because everybody's so all over the board with what they're capable of and how much they've actually been doing. So please take this at your own discretion and add rest or even potentially decrease time here if 5 minutes is too much for you from the get-go. 3 minutes, 2.5, 2 minutes, 1.5, 1 minute. That might be super appropriate for you, and that's fantastic. Okay, so kind of play it by ear. If your running form really breaks down, your breathing really becomes uncontrollable, either bring the time frame down or rest a little bit longer. So hope you guys enjoy this one. It's very different than anything we've ever done. But it should be a good test. Okay, 2 sets might be aggressive, 1 might be plenty for you, 1.5. So again, kind of take it to your own level. Okay, enjoy it. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, Wolfpack.